So what do you advocate, attachment or detachment, let's say in a relationship?
When you are born as a baby, you're always seeking happiness and joy. And even as you grow up, everybody is seeking happiness, contentment in life. And you tend to get attached to those things that give you happiness. Take that small baby. It gets attached to the face of the mother. It gets attached to the voice of the mother. It gets attached to the nursery rhyme that is being sung for that baby. It gets attached to the breastfeeding from the mother or the bottled milk that is being fed to the baby. So there are certain typical things the baby gets attached to. It gets attached to a toy. It gets attached to the cradle in which it is kept cozy. And this attachment gives a sense of contentment or joy to that soul, to that life. Whatever gives you joy, contentment, happiness, you repeatedly seek the same things. When you repeatedly seek the same things, you cultivate habits. That habit, as intellectual, you call an attachment. Right? So, attachment is the grandmother. It gives rise to desire. Any attachment gives rise to desire. I desire the same things again and again which give me happiness. So desire is the mother. When the desire is fulfilled, I am satisfied. And when the desire is not fulfilled, I am unhappy, dissatisfied, angry, frustrated. Okay? Repeatedly, if my desires are not fulfilled, I cultivate the habit of sorrow, 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗀 atma, or I cultivate the habit of anger, frustration, retaliation. When my desire is repeatedly satisfied, I develop a craving. वापस चाहिए, और चाहिए, आने दो, और दो. Craving leads to greed. So this, in a sense, is the logic of attachment.
Okay.
Now your question was, do I advocate attachment or detachment? I advocate balance. You should know where to draw the line so that you don't fall in the temptation of becoming greedy and you don't fall or you don't trip over the line where you express your frustration and anger.
Okay. So, let's say, how do we go about staying into your definition of balance?
If you overindulge in anything, it will start showing in some form of negatives. Now let me give an example. I fell in love with eating sweets. So now I have a craving for sweets. So now I satisfy my craving for sweets by overeating sweets. It will show on my body.
Okay.
Take the other example. Every time I am seeking something, I am meeting with failure. So either I am doing something wrong or I have not understood how to achieve that success. And every time I am unsuccessful, it leads to sorrow, frustration, anger.
Okay.
Up to a point, I am able to contain my sorrow, I am able to contain my frustration, I am able to contain my anger. At some point, I start expressing these negative emotions which affect the environment in which I am. When I say environment, it could be people close to me, people not close to me, but my behavior has started getting noticed by people in my environment. That's where I know that I have to stop this. Either I change my desire because it is not getting fulfilled, or I find a method to fulfill my desire so that I don't end up frustrated and angry.
So you talked about attachment. Now tell us how we stay detached from addiction.
So you are admitting that you are addicted to something, which means that you have cultivated a very strong attachment for something because it probably fulfilled your sense of satisfaction and joy. And it could be anything. It could be a cigarette, it could be alcohol, it could be a company of a person. And that attachment is constantly pulling you towards fulfilling that need. Now first tell me why there is a need to detach. Why do you feel the need to detach?
For peace of mind.
So this attachment you are admitting is disturbing your peace of mind.
Yes, definitely.
Let's say you're getting attached to a person and your wife disapproves of that attachment.
Correct.
Example. Okay. So there is obviously disturbance in the family, your peace of mind is shattered, and you realize that either I detach from my wife or I detach from this person to whom I'm getting attracted. Example again.
Correct.
Yeah. So then it's a matter of choice. What is convenient for you? Detaching from wife is convenient or detaching from this person is convenient?
Both are not convenient.
Both are not convenient, but both are causing disturbance.
Correct.
Then detach from disturbance.
So both.
Detach from disturbance and stay attached to both.
Okay. But staying attached to both means
disturbance.
Disturbance again.
So you are not able to detach from disturbance.
Correct.
So obviously you have to choose between your wife and the other person.
So choice comes.
So it comes to your choice. Then what is your choice?
So whatever gives me
Then
peace of
whatever
mind.
is your choice, have the courage to pursue that choice. If it means you have to detach from your wife, do you have the courage to separate and divorce? Are you willing to pay the price of divorce? Are you willing to separate from your children? So you weigh people don't weigh pros and cons of both options. They take impulsive steps. You put it on paper, okay, this is the price I pay for detaching from my wife and this is the price I pay for detaching from the other person. And then put your logic, what is more expensive? Not necessarily monetarily expensive.
Yeah, I understand. So detachment actually gives us the power as well as freedom.
Naturally, it gives you the logic that somewhere you have gone overboard.
At what point in a relationship should we detach?
The point which starts making you feel uncomfortable. Identify that point, and that point will come in a period of time. From that point onwards, you must understand कि अब I have to rein in. For example, children start growing up and then they stop appreciating your interference or your questioning in all the things that they do in their life.
Correct.
Certain things are no entry zones as far as parents are concerned. So you should understand that now my child has reached this stage and I should not encroach on these subjects. Or even in your own case, if you're a student and you're studying something, you come to a point कि अभी studies करके frustrate हो गया, बहुत हो गया, अभी studies नहीं करना. I have to detach from studies and start working. Some people say कि मुझे SSC भी नहीं होना है, मुझे business में जाना है. So at a very young age they go into business. They detach from studies at a very young age. Some people are doing PhD and postdoc till the age of 28 and 30 and they are still not thinking of settling in employment or remuneration. So again, it is individualistic. Every individual has to identify that now I am uncomfortable continuing to study. From this point onwards, I will now start creating my life. At certain point of time, I am uncomfortable living alone. I need a partner. So attachment and detachment could be to various subjects. I just took 3-4 examples here. One was the wife-husband relationship. The other relationship outside the marriage. The second example was about parents and children. The third example was student and studies and career. It could be anything. You are attached to a particular shirt and you wear that shirt for 4 days a week. And suddenly one fine morning, you get attached to another shirt and the shirt which you were wearing 4 days a week is now being worn once a month. And then slowly you detach. How did you decide that? Because your attachment shifted. Right? You are the best judge to what you are getting attached, and is the attachment leading to addiction, which is greed, or is it leading to frustration? In either cases, you should identify the point where you need to stop. Learning to stop is the key to detach.
This detachment is temporary.
Again, permanent and temporary are not fixed points. I detached from my studies and I entered into business and I found that my business is not giving me that much joy and I want to study further. So after 5 years of trying out a business, I came back to academics. Where is the permanence? Permanence and temporary are your mind at that particular point of time. कि अभी मैं इससे तंग आ गया हूं,
Okay.
तो I don't want to indulge in this. I want to try something else. After trying something else, जो था वो अच्छा था, इसमें इतना मजा नहीं आ रहा है. I go back. So temporarily you detach, and then again you attach. When you attach to that thing, you detach from this thing. Attachment and detachment is the law. You want to attach to something, you should also learn and accept to detach from something else. The problem is I only want to attach and I'm not willing to detach. ये भी चाहिए. I want the best of all the worlds.
दिल मांगे मुंह.
That becomes difficult. And that is where the disturbance starts, because I can't balance this and this and this and this. I am attached to so many things. I can't manage. I am not capable of being attached to so many things. So attachment and detachment is a law. When we understand that as a law, इधर से छूट जाओ, इधर attach हो. I detach from my student life and I attach to my remunerative life, either in business or in employment. I detached from my remunerative life and I came back to student life. And some people, while being remunerated, are attached to academics by doing extra courses. Diploma kiya, management kiya. They are also earning and they are also studying. So they are attached simultaneously to academics and remuneration. But there is disturbance, because now time is fixed. इसको इतना time देना, इसको इतना time देना. So this time plus this time is equal to your total time, which is outside your house. Now the disturbance is you are no longer in the house. So people in the house are complaining about your availability in the house. So whatever attachments you indulge in is going to cause a disturbance somewhere. Accept it.